So Anna, what would you like to get from this? What would you like to have happen? What would you like to work on?
I'd like to work on, I have an issue being in groups. I feel quite anxious when I'm in a group, and I noticed it. I was okay for about the first half an hour today, and then I noticed that I was getting a sensation and a tightness in my chest and my stomach. And I was trying to not pay attention to that. But it just became bigger and bigger. And I've noticed this each time that I've done a TCB group, that it comes up. And I just become more and more anxious about it. So then I become not present in the room.
Got it.
And it just becomes overwhelming, and then I'm battling with it, and then I'm not really listening to what's being said, and then I start making up all these stories. Yeah, so it's quite challenging, I would say.
I getcha. And just so I can get on the same page with you, on a scale of like 1 to 10, to what degree are you experiencing that right now?
It's about an 8. Oh, sorry, it's about an 8.
About an 8 out of 10, where 10 is not nice and 1 is
10 is
tremendous.
horrendous.
Got it,
and
horrendous.
1 is, tremendous.
Oh, so we'll see what happens. We'll see. Well, I don't want to make any promises about not taking it to horrendous, but well, I guess the first thing that I'm curious about is kind of, how do you account for that? Like, what's your best guess of what's happening?
Do you mean what's happening in a physiological sense, or in a?
Well, more kind of what, how if you reckon if you pretend I'm just some gink you met at the park and you're explaining what's going on, I'm like, how come that's happening?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure where it comes from.
Yeah, well, I love that you're being honest about it. So it's a bit of a mystery. It's a bit of a mystery. So you come into a group and you're pretty much fine. And then over time, something starts happening and you start feeling uncomfortable, and then you start thinking about it. It's kind of interesting, and I don't know if you noticed this, but it seemed to me like as soon as I said, oh, thanks for being honest about that, it's kind of a mystery then, instantly I felt closer to you. Like, did you notice that with me at all, like that you felt more connected, or am I just hallucinating a bit?
A little bit. I mean, it's still very here.
Yeah. So I'm just pondering. The reason I'm pondering is I kind of have some good clues about what's going on. But my guess is if I was to just tell you that stuff, it would just sound like stuff you'd already heard and that hadn't really made a difference to you. So I'm kind of wanting to find out a bit more. Is this only with groups that I'm part of, or is it groups in general? Genuine question.
It's groups in general.
Okay. Do you know when you first had it? Roughly. I mean, I don't need exact time.
I would say probably since I've been, probably for about 15, 20 years.
Okay, so for a while. So do me a favor, just breathe deep while we're having our conversation. So I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to talk to these guys. So this is a great example where I don't know what to do. I'm like, because I've known Anna for a while, and she's got this thing going on. I get what it kind of might. I have a good sense of what it feels like. She's got all these feelings in her chest. I've got a good idea of what's causing it as well, which is she's just feeling stuff. You know, we all feel stuff from time to time, and in the course of the average day or week or month, Anna feels all kinds of stuff. But when she's in a group, she kind of, as soon as she notices it, like she's like, oh fuck, there's that group thing, oh no, and then she's like trying to do something about it. So something that would normally just dissipate and on with the next thing, instead it's kind of a big deal. So that's my guess at what's going on, and I might even check that out with her. But what I'm not sure about is what's going to be the best step to take with her. Like, what's the next thing to do with her, or ask her, or point to her, that sort of thing. So I know I'll go back and find out what occurs to me. I just thought I'd kind of tell on myself and let you know that I don't know what to do at the moment. Thank goodness Anna doesn't know that, or else she. So. What you laughing about? Now here's the funny thing. Isn't it interesting that you're laughing?
Yeah, it is interesting because it's feeling slightly different.
What do you make of that?
I've let go of some of my thinking. It's kind of going like this, though.
Mm. See, there's go ahead.
It's hard to explain, but it's sort of going like this, but my heart's going really, really fast.
Mm.
And you said, you know, about laughing, and laughing lessened the feeling, but it's still there.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I should have been clear about this. I'm not actually trying to change it at all. I'm not trying to do anything. All I'm trying to do is find out what's going on and see if I can kind of shine a light on it. Because my assertion, Anna, is that it's perfectly normal to have feelings. And everyone, I know you've got exceptions. You're like, yeah, Jamie, but this isn't normal. Let me tell you, yeah, I get that. But it's totally normal to have feelings. We all have, we have all kinds. Now, here's the funny thing. In the course of a given day, you've got 100 or 1,000 different feelings that come and go and come and go. And most of them come and go with you hardly even noticing them. But once in a while, a feeling comes along, and you're like, there's that one again. Now, can I tell you a story? I don't have to.
Yeah, you can.
So, this is about a guy called B.F. Skinner, who was a behaviorist. And have you heard of Skinner? Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
he used to do experiments with pigeons and things like that. And he did this experiment where he would he put a button in their cage, and when they pecked the button, it would distribute food pellet, and they would eat the food pellet. And nom, 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 nom. And pretty soon they were just pecking buttons and eating food pellets all day long. Well, then he had an unusual idea. He decided he would remove the buttons and just dropped the food pellets randomly. You know what happened?
No.
The pigeons started doing weird shit. Like one of them would start hopping around on one leg. Another one would start making its wing go in circles. Another one would do like a weird head dance. They were all doing these weird little rituals. And what they were doing is whatever had been going on at the time the food pellet dropped, they thought that had caused it. And so they were trying to get the food to come again by doing their weird rituals. And it kind of stands to reason, like as creatures, we look for causes and to try and get, you know, stability in our world and that sort of thing. And it seems to me that that may have been what happened to you. And so, for instance, this morning you started to get a feeling, and then you're like, oh, I've got that feeling. Here I am in a group. I know what this is that group created feeling. Oh fuck, what am I going to do about this? I'll try and tell myself it's just my thinking. Maybe that'll work. Oh geez, that isn't working. That's making it worse. Oh no. And so what happens is, like, it's totally normal, totally normal, totally normal. Picture's not getting any better. It's totally normal to have thinking come through and create feeling. Comes and goes, ebbs and flows, all day long. Oh, other picture. We've got a lot on our mind, got a little on our mind, got a lot on our mind, got a little on our mind. We're always going to be feeling thought in the moment. Now here's the bit that's going to sound weird. Your feelings are telling you about your perception in the moment, not about what you're looking at, about your perceptual systems. But as soon as we assign the feelings, so we got a feeling comes along, we go, fuck, what's that down to? It's down to a group. Well, a group can't cause feelings. Can't do it. The only thing that can cause feelings is thought in the moment. It's the one and only thing. Group can't cause feelings. Thought can cause feelings. But as soon as we attribute it to the group, then we've got like, oh God, it's coming from the group. Quick, do something about it. Oh no, I'll tell myself, oh no, that's not working. And then pretty soon, it's getting worse. Oh no, because we're doing a pigeon dance. We're attributing it to something that isn't causing it. So that's what's been going on. You started out with a feeling just blew through. And you went, got it, it's caused by the group. And then it creates a feedback loop, and pretty soon it's... What do you make of that? What do you make of my theory?
Well, I'm not sure about the drawing.
Well, not sure that it's a high quality artistic representation.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, kind of hearing what you're saying, but it doesn't quite connect. You're saying that I'm attributing my thinking to a group. That's the cause.
Well, I'm attributing the feeling probably.
Yeah,
like,
the feeling,
I'm feeling like this because I'm in a group.
Group, yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't quite connect.
Well, that's okay.
Because looking at that and hearing what you've just said, Jamie, I'm still feeling anxious.
Oh yeah, remember I said I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to describe what I think is going on. Now here's the thing. I'm going to suggest that the issue isn't that you're feeling anxious. Like, feeling anxious isn't a problem. I'll give you an example. I was booked to do a keynote to a group a couple of weeks ago. So I start my keynote. There's like 80 people there or something. I start talking, and I feel really anxious. And so I told them, I said, hey guys, just so you know, I'm feeling really nervous. I don't care, but I just thought you should know. Like, it doesn't matter to me it didn't matter to me that I was feeling nervous. And so it changed like that. See, what I'm going to suggest, Anna, is the issue isn't that you're feeling anxious. The issue is you believe that's a signal that something's wrong. Yeah. Yeah, right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. How would this be different if you knew that nothing's wrong?
It would be lighter. I'd just be more present in the room,
Sure.
and it would feel less pressured, less stressful. Yeah.
Now, are you open to the possibility that you're actually perfectly fine and that there's nothing wrong with you? I'm not saying that's true. I'm just asking, are you open to the... Yeah, I wouldn't want to go that far. I'm taking it kind of step by step. But just as a possibility, are you open to the possibility that despite the fact that you're feeling sensations in your body, that there's nothing wrong with you and that you're perfectly fine?
Yeah, I am.
Cool, cool. Keep breathing. Breathing's good. Breathing, I find that breathing is we'll put it this way, not breathing is not good for anxiety. So, remember I said the issue isn't that you sometimes feel anxious sensations. The issue is you think that that means there's something wrong with you. Well, I'm going to take that a step further. The issue isn't that you sometimes feel anxious sensations. The issue is you believe they're giving you information about groups and what you're like as a person. Keep breathing. Please breathe. Please breathe. Breathing is good. Breathe. Proper breathing. That's it. Literally allowing your lungs to fill with oxygen. That's right. Breathe, breathe. It's okay. Like, I know it really seems like the feelings are giving you information about you. And other people. And all kinds of stuff. Go on. What are you noticing?
I'm getting very emotional.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm really perceptive. I noticed that, yeah. But you know, that's okay. Emotions are perfectly safe. There's no feeling in this world that can harm you. Did you know that?
I think sometimes I know that and sometimes I don't believe it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But the cool thing about the truth is it's true when you believe it, and it's true when you don't. So either feelings can harm you or they can't. That's an affirmation. So here's what I'm going to suggest. I'm going to suggest that we pause for a few minutes. I'm going to take questions from the group, and then I'll check back in with you. Because sometimes when I'm working with someone, I want to kind of take the focus off them for a little while and just give them time to process. Would you be more comfortable processing here or sitting back down?
I'm fine here. I'm just going to go and get a tissue though.
Feel free. All right. So welcome back. Welcome back. I thought the next thing I would do is call Anna back to the front of the room, because you'll remember I did a one-to-one with her yesterday, and I said, well, let's leave her to cook a little bit and then see where she's at today. So I just checked in with her, and I'd love you to hear basically what she told me. So come and join us, Anna. Give Anna a big round of applause. Nice work. So, what are you noticing since yesterday, Anna? Microphone.
Oh gosh. I think the main thing for me was doesn't feel like it's on. Is it on?
It is on.
Oh, okay.
Let me explain this. The only people who can hear it is the live streamers.
Oh,
So it's not
right.
amplified in the room. This is so we bring the live streamers into the room.
Okay. So what I really noticed was how quiet my mind got.
Yeah.
It just got quieter and quieter and quieter. And it was just this amazing experience. And it continued on in the evening. And it was just like, it's so hard to explain, but it was something like my mind got quieter and quieter. And there was just all this light. And even though my mind got quieter and quieter, I started to have a connection to something that happened a long time ago. And in a way, it was similar to, I think, what you were pointing me to about quiet mind. And a dear friend of mine who was my meditation teacher at the time, he was pointing to me the same thing. And he'd recommended this book. And the book was called The Quiet Mind. And I'm like, that's what Bernard was pointing me to. And this is what Jamie's pointing me to. I was like, oh wow, there's something in this. And I was like, and then the other thing that happened that's quite profound I was like, wow, if I can not get this, but if I can really wake up to this, it felt like I was waking up to something. And if I can really wake up to this, just think what it can do for me, and then what I can in turn do for others to get that understanding. It was a bit like wandering around in the wilderness, just wandering around, and then the wilderness, the landscape changed slightly. This is since TTB. And then, the wilderness changed and became something else. And then I was in the garden yesterday. No one was there, but that was okay. And I'd like some more of that. So thank you, Jamie.
Oh, you're so welcome. And how are you finding being in the group today? Because that was kind of where this started, was, being in groups. How are you finding that?
Awesome.
Cool. Give Anna a big round of applause. Thanks, Anna.
Thank you. Thanks.